I'm making my own version of an old-fashioned with a twist.
I don't think it's any secret that the horror genre has become somewhat popular. To the parent who watches Glenn Beck and Jack Thompson, you may attribute that to the appeal of violence, but like today's movie, I'd say it's the unknown. A movie like this, about a maniac who eats flesh, kidnaps women, amputates their body parts one by one to sell to other cannibals, is the kind of thing that triggers you into thinking, yeah, I want to see where that's going. It's not a common idea, it's obviously quite dark, but it also has somewhat notable actors in it, and is labeled a horror comedy, despite not really being funny. This kind of setting could be comedic if they went for an absurd approach, but the only real funny thing about this movie is how the situation isn't taken that seriously. Dark stuff happens in this that fails to get the right reaction, and while I'm not saying it's bad by any means, you could have had this without the removing body parts gimmick. Take the Black Phone, for example. It's getting a sequel. I don't know if it needs one, but it does have a psychopath who's memorable and intimidating as all hell, despite no rhyme or reason. You don't know who he is or what he's gonna do throughout most of the movie, but you don't need to. I get that Fresh is a completely different tone. It's not about being scary, it's a horrific circumstance, but the problem is, they don't go deep enough. It's clearly not a comedy, but there's plenty of jokes thrown in at times when they really shouldn't be. And while you do have some appeal and charm to this, along with just being well done, it doesn't exactly give you what it promised. I mean, technically it does, but the reason you came to a movie like this for the disturbing idea, I don't think it comes close to committing. It's still really good and unique in other ways, so let's see how fresh this is. See what I did there?
I obviously don't mind paying, but what a weird way to start off a date.
To get us into one of the themes of the movie, we have Noah, he's Edgar-Jones, getting ready to meet somebody from an online dating site. And I will say they really get that point across.
Even though it gives me terrible acid reflux, they just cared more about how they dressed and just kind of like how they looked. Oh, did you bring cash?
Yep, you reminded me.
If it's cool, I'm just gonna snag these leftovers and,
I don't know if there's a men no good message here, it's not directly stated, but I don't think any men in this are remotely decent.
Good luck finding a guy, you stuck-up bitch.
Look at it in its natural habitat, feeding off of women who can only think of a clever follow-up when it's way too late. So online dating, bad, men probably bad too, but her best friend Molly, Jonica D. Gibbs, who is luckily not into men, has the answer.
You do not need a man, okay? Or anybody for that matter. It's just the way we've been raised since fucking Disney movies.
Technically, you don't need men even more so. That's probably offensive, but so is a review of one battle after another that isn't complete perfection. So fuck 'em. The opening bits here don't offer a whole lot to say, but they don't last that long either. She soon meets Mr. Right, Sebastian Stan. His name is Steve here, and despite a somewhat odd request.
Do you think I can have your number? It's really just so I have a story for my sister and my niece when I see them.
It somehow leads to a date. I don't know when that plan came up, but you know the drill, stuff in common, it's not like online dating, it's real. And the traditional bit that leads to fuck it, let's have sex, looks like this.
I don't know, maybe it's not meant for me, because I've been alone so long.
I honestly thought that was an error. I get what they're trying to do, but seems kinda random. Apparently him not having an Instagram account is enough to be suspicious, like the first red flag.
That's shady. I'm sorry. Red flag. Okay.
Good to note, I guess. But given the movie seems to be quite fond of the exaggerated bye,
Bye.
which I really can't stand, when the conversation doesn't end that way, you know it means something. They make plans for a getaway, but go to his house instead due to traffic. Given his lack of Instagram, she should have known better.
Fresh air, right?
Title, and upon being drugged, the movie can officially begin. Okay, it wasn't a bad intro, good development, I'm not complaining, but they put the title here. Like, half an hour in. That being said, it is where the movie gets good. Kind of reminds me of Twisters in the sense that Jones, being a serviceable lead, it's the male co-star who completely steals it. Stan is fantastic in this, the way he casually explains what he's gonna do.
I'm gonna sell your meat. People pay me a lot of money for it. I'm not gonna kill you, because the fresher the meat, the better. So I'm gonna keep you alive for as long as I can.
I don't know if he's supposed to think it's okay, like it somehow won't be a problem, but if anybody can think that, this is it. He has an all-business vibe, but he's still real charming. Obviously, it's going to lead to her trying to gain his trust, like this scenario usually does, but the thing is, you believe he could go for that. He's psychotic, the kind of person who could seduce women into the situation, but you completely believe it? It's the best thing about the movie. There's a lot of foreshadowing too, which I didn't expect. Her not having a family was confirmed early on, and they even implied he didn't like meat. That's a great touch. The scene when he prepares the meat is great too. The picture of the victim, the music, kind of reminds me a lot of Dangerous Animals, a superior movie, way more unique, but possibly inspired by this. One thing I would have liked, and I don't usually say this, is a bit more exposition. I'm not saying it's needed, but we don't get too much info on what's going on here. He's a cannibal, he prepares meat for other cannibals, exclusively female because they taste better. Apparently only he can do this. I'm not saying it was essentially needed, but look at how they're dressed. I have questions. Speaking of questions, she communicates with another victim, Penny, Andrea Bang, and these scenes are effective as they lead you to question what shape she's in.
Now I'm slowly being eaten.
The answer is obvious, but it creates the right mood. Despite him sending fake texts, Molly is still suspicious. Must be the no Instagram thing. And the way she copy and paste the picture to find out it's off the internet is creative. Unfortunately, Brendan, his name is Brendan now, will leave you disappointed when the attention isn't on him. That's just the way it is, so to those who don't think it's sexist, you can hit the like button and consider subscribing down below. It's too bad I have to request that you share the video, but it really is the only way with the current algorithm. And in the same vein, if you don't hit the bell to get notified, recommendations won't do anything. After an ill-advised escape attempt, he decides to take something as punishment, and this is when the movie stops being what I came to see.
I'm taking your ass.
Okay, so on one hand, the acting is great, you've gotta love the casual nature of this, but this is the extent to what he does. Yeah, theoretically it would suck and could lead to a real desolate scenario, but instead, it's played for laughs.
How's your ass?
Still gone.
Being permanently disfigured is not taken that seriously, more so just being stuck there. An inconvenience, yeah, but not how you would normally act. Must be where they get the horror comedy from. If the entire movie was like this, that'd be one thing, but nothing up until this point is. Nor will anything be after. It's not like Chainsaw Massacre 2 when somebody can wake up without skin and joke about it. It's your average fucked up situation. I wanted the horrific scenario of somebody being taken apart little by little, maybe getting away, maybe not. That's what I expected. You don't even have to show it, the implication would be disturbing enough. Instead it's your ass because that's funny and nobody cares that much. I don't even think it's brought up again, just implied, so all I can say is it's meant to be a joke. As for Molly's efforts tracking down Brenda's wife Anne, Charlotte Lee Bong, proves to be a bad idea.
Really shouldn't have done that.
Okay, so his wife actually knowing what he's doing and being part of it isn't too unexpected, but then you find out she's also missing a leg. I don't completely know what this means. My guess is she was a victim too, potentially fell for him anyway, but it's not really explained. We don't see her again till the end of the movie. Nothing implies she doesn't like him. In fact, it's the exact opposite. It's still a good moment, but I don't think it had to be a mystery. The Perfect Day song though, that's a good touch. And from this point on, the movie primarily follows the predictable route. She finds out she's the only one he had sex with, meaning she's special, and by playing along, he'll eventually lower his guard. It's kinda like Misery, only no ass, opposed to broken legs. I will say though, it is a convincing job. You believe she genuinely means it. And we get some good moments too, like him explaining how he came to like flesh, and her having to seemingly enjoy eating it while he casually mentions the victim's name.
Hope. That was her name. Kinda funny.
Other things happen to make the scene stand out. It's not a bad job. You just know exactly where it's going. I do like how at some point he has her uncuffed, but she doesn't do anything, probably knowing it wouldn't go well. And the odds are they gained enough trust to get close to his dick.
Very convenient biting height.
That proves to be a very bad idea, but he's not the most intelligent psycho anyway, so it's fine. Still, the climax is about average. Nothing particularly new here. Her, Molly, and Penny, who we finally see, escape together, and occasionally fight Brendan as a team effort. While that is a cool idea, given the film's theme about limb removal, it's not used that well here. Penny is the only one who's really impaired, and she doesn't do much. Noah is partially impaired. Molly isn't missing anything. I get she has to be in the movie. Somebody has to realize how crazy no Instagram is, but it's a waste of potential. Having a 3-on-1 fight with even one of them in normal condition and another still having all her limbs leads to it being kind of anticlimactic. I mean, imagine if they all lost something, if one had no eyes and somebody else only one leg. That may sound ridiculous, but they do label it a horror comedy, so I think that would fit. Another wasted idea, back when Noah pretended to enjoy the food, what if she found out she was actually eating Molly and had to keep faking it? That would have been the scene of the movie, a true test of will. And then you could have had maybe a third victim, again missing something important, and you'd have a way better climax. Molly does most of the work anyway, the only person who has not been mutilated, so simply giving Noah the final shot doesn't mean that much.
Give me a smile.
That was anticlimactic.
His wife shows up too, seems to be crazy, so maybe it was a victim loves the captive deal, who knows? And she's given an even more satisfying death when Noah uses her keys that were again foreshadowed way early on. So, you can't say they failed there.
I asked you for help!
But Molly must get the final kill, because, I don't know, she knew what was going on for a stupid reason, idiotically got caught. I can't say I cared or felt anything for her at all. By no means victim here, and I guess it goes back to knowing the danger of no Instagram. Also, one final example of men being no good.
Come on, man. We seen this movie, man. We don't make it out this bitch alive. You know this. GPS got me twisted and shit.
And that guy had no reason to even be in the movie. He takes off immediately, like it was a joke. As for Penny, who can't walk, they seem to have left her alone. I believe Anne brought somebody with her, so yeah. But that concludes Fresh, a title that sums up about half the movie. And that's really the face of it. When you take a disturbing premise like this, you don't exactly think comedy, but if that's the direction, it has to be the direction. But it isn't, it's not a comedic movie, it's not a real disturbing movie either, due to not committing, so in the end, it's a waste of potential. It's still not bad by any means, the acting throughout is real good, primarily Sebastian Stan, definitely the highlight. The rest is just okay, convincing enough, no issues there. But if you came to see a horrific scenario of somebody being taken apart piece by piece and maybe getting out of it, that's simply not what it is. The positives of the movie could have happened without that idea. The reasoning isn't even explained that much, just a psycho who likes human flesh and some folks who pay him to provide it. I can't really place it in any genre. Yeah, it's still horror, but it doesn't fully commit, and it's not comedic either. It's simply a decent movie that's mostly good, the acting is good, the plot is somewhat compelling, but not a movie I'm gonna think about again. Just okay is the verdict, could have been memorable, could have been a lot of things. It wouldn't have taken a lot to do that. The implication would have been enough, so all I can say is Fresh is fresh enough. You see what I did there. I'm the analyst, and remember kids, female meat is prime delicacy. Male meat, more of a fast food deal.